wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change.
Good morning. I'm telling you, my sleep pattern is bad. I went to bed last night at 10:30 and I still got up at 4 o'clock. I have no idea what's going on. Jesus, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Dream Seiko. Hi, Gamecock. Hi, DJ Mandingo. Wisco Gal, good morning. Oh, Mudsy, good morning. Hi, Marcia E. Good morning. Yes, it's me. It is little old me. So, before I do my morning coffee, before we get to the news and the shit that's going on, I just really, I want to address Maria. Okay? I'm not calling you any names. I'm going to ask you one last time. Don't speak on me. Don't lie on me. Don't lie on me, because I will always come back and prove you to be the liar that you are. Okay? I was going to go live yesterday and bust her out. I really was. But after hearing what Brooke is going through right now, I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm just not going to do it. But don't lie on me at all. Don't pretend that, don't try to rewrite history. Don't do it. And people that are supporting you believe these narratives that you're putting out there. And listening to E11 yesterday, she's saying that some videos of being, or you're scrubbing your channel. I think it's kind of late for that, because I'm sure that George has it all, and he showed the folder that he has. And you just need to stop. You said after this whole John Yates situation that you weren't going to get involved with any more stuff. You're just going to do your crocheting and you're going to find other things to do. But you've been attacking every single person. Everybody. Everyone. And the funny thing is that you think people are attacking you. No, people just respond to you. You, to me, you're not worth it. You a miserable, miserable woman. That all you have in your life is the internet. I sat there and heard you. It was played, I think, who played it? Because I caught a little bit of Kendra's last night as well. Because I was looking for Jen and Jen wasn't live. I heard her playing, and you just attack people because you don't like their opinion. But E11 made a good point yesterday asking about, I never knew that she asked you to come clean about Debbie and that you had that audio. My question is, how did you get that audio of her calling the police? Were you on the phone? Did you record it? But you feign innocence to us. You had no idea, no idea, no idea. I've been hearing about you dropping in a group chat the videos of the police coming to your house trying to serve you. This has to stop. I understand you're taking 2 weeks off. Girl, take more time than that. And now you have a lawyer on retainer. Huh. Interesting. And E11 made another good point too. You just started a job and you get 2 weeks vacation and you're just in October. Well, that could be okay. That could be because I get I was getting 4 weeks plus another two, but it's prorated. Could be, could be. Are you just saying that so you're not served at your job? But you kept telling people, oh, no, 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 no. George isn't, and the proof was always there. You just don't stop. But then you want to speak for everybody. I don't want anybody speaking for me. I don't want to be grouped in we. There is no we. I go back and I think about all the people that were affected and that were doxxed because of your actions with John. All the threats, Fault, Jennifer, Mari, Sweets and Beyond, Brooke. These people had jobs called, families called. These people were doxxed. For what? Because you couldn't shut your mouth. And all they did was stood by you because they believed their friend. And I'm going to say it again. If I would have known that you didn't get fired because of John, I would have never said, if you need me to testify, I will. You've been lying and lying and lying. And then to hear that you had Lita in your chat, the woman that you stated, you think she killed her baby. Or in your words, you think she did it. To have that woman in your chat, really? I forgot. You're all inclusive. I forgot. You're all inclusive. Okay? So, again, hi, Sarah. Oh, and Sarah motherfucking Z. Hi, Sarah motherfucking Z. Hi, Christoph fan. And then to sit there and keep threatening Dreamy and Ann. Ann has only been responding to your lies. Dreamy never took panel until what? After you doxed her son? See, you don't care about other people's family because we know your family doesn't care for you. Everybody has tried to move on. Move on, but not you. You read everybody's chat. You see what's being said, and you got to do. I mean, my God, that community tab, I understand, is ridiculous. But you don't. But you sat there, and I heard you say you watch Jen, you watch Kendra. No, you put it on record, and you wanted to read the chat. You tell on yourself all the time. When I say I don't watch you, I don't watch you. I don't. When I say I don't watch the Beat, I don't. But you're so busy watching everything that's going on in everybody's chats. Now I understand that you want to go for Sarah motherfucking Z. For what reason? Because she made a comment that you don't like? Girl, check your chat before you come into anybody else's chat. Check your chat and the nasty shit they say. Check it. Taste the Globe. Good morning. Cooking and morning. Hi, Ann. I almost said morning, Heidi. Hi, Ann. I just can't. Krista, like I said last night, after everything she went through before, only thing she took out of that was having a lawyer. She don't have no damn lawyer on retainer. Because if she was able to get a lawyer this time, she didn't. And then I heard Ann said that she had over 6. What? 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 I heard them reiterating the fact again. Yep, reiterate the fact again that you still haven't been transparent when you said you would. And to sit there and to me, and I'm going to say it, you gave your friend Brooke no credit for having her own mind. You gave her no credit. You sat there and said that Brooke follows with the crowd. What? Knowing what she's going through, I understand that you started out your live bashing her or speaking on her. I didn't really hear your live. I only had bits and pieces from what I picked up from what Kendra was saying. And I think it was towards the end. Yeah, it was towards the end of her live. Because I remember I went in and she said, we're almost done. Hi, 11. Okay, Gamecock. Hi, Amber. And then the narrative that you put out that Amber told Jules to K herself. That wasn't true at all. But you're going to switch things around. I'm still waiting for that video that everybody saw, but no one has it, where George called the B's dad. Still waiting for that. You put shit out there, you throw shit out there, and hopefully it sticks. But we were all there and we know the truth. Where is it? You record everything. Everything. So why don't you have it? If he did that, why don't you have it? You accuse Amber of deleting a video, which she proved that it wasn't deleted. Did you apologize? No, you didn't. For what? You're Maria. Why should you apologize? And the fact that you're telling E11 that she's a grandmother, girl, you are a grandmother as well. You're a hypocrite. Everybody has an opinion. Only thing I ask that you come in the chat, if you have something to say, you be respectful with it. That's the only thing I can ask of my chat. You speak on everybody's husbands, everybody's family. 11 said that she knows that she's going to be docked sooner or later. People shouldn't have to live like that. They shouldn't have to. But you don't want nobody to call your husband's name. Don't speak on Carlos. What? What? I haven't heard anybody speak disparagingly about your husband, except for to say that man's a saint to put up with you. I don't know if you just don't remember the shit that you say or the shit that you do. 11 played you yesterday saying that this whole thing with Lita, it's just so many lies. For what? If you tell the truth will always remain the same. Good morning, Payne. Good morning, Texas girl. Hi, Gigi. No, he never called the B's dad. Ever. Ever. Hi, Nikki. Good morning. Ever. But you want to tell Amber that she owes the B an apology. But the B read and dug up Bambi's husband's name, threw a party on Bambi's husband's anniversary of his death, but you want Amber to apologize to the B. The B dug up Savage's home, dug up Lisa's Bot's husband's brother, his new wife, his new baby. Oh my God, girl, are we going to rewrite history? Because I still have all of those messages too. The screenshot she sent me of Savage's home, of Bot's home, of Cat's home. You're a bunch of hypocrites. You're hypocrites. And E11, I went back, I was listening to your live, and I saw Siwa left you a comment. Siwa sent me the proof of when she found out about that letter and when Geneva told her about it. So she did send it to me. See, I don't get the attacking. No one owes her an apology, but they want to rewrite history. You sat on a panel talking about the B and saying that you couldn't wait to do Savage's family tree. Really? Really, girl? You went too far. I've told Jen, and I'm going to work with Jen, and I know George's as well. When you steady passing around revenge porn, it was dropped in a Discord. You gave it to the shit show. If you didn't, someone else did because you had it. You keep want everybody to respect your boundaries, your mental health, but you have no respect for anybody else. Know why? Because you have nothing to lose. You have nothing. You are nothing. I'm so sick of this BS with these people. Jules was going to call the police to follow Savage around for what? Oh, Coach, you gave Cooch's information to two men that lived not too far from where she lived at, and you thought that was okay. But when you thought that they were going to put they talked about putting a billboard up, you had a fucking meltdown. Karma is a bitch. As Amber said, she's that bitch. But karma comes back. Just like last night, Lisa Richard comes on. She's got a busted lip. She's got a tooth knocked out. And she said she spent all day in the hospital to get 4 stitches, but she still had blood dripping down her lip and blood on her face. You went to the hospital and they didn't clean you up. Girl, stop. But karma is a bitch because she's lied so many times about going to the hospital and getting stitches. Well, you got your tooth knocked out your mouth. You couldn't afford to lose anymore. Your lip busted up. Your face is bruised. And do I feel empathy or sympathy? Fuck no. I don't. See, when I say it, I mean it. Oh, yes, and Savage was driving. And we all know that Jen was in the thing where she said that the Ohio police, the Ohio State Police saw Savage driving. That was something else. Now, we all were on that live when Savage sister's friend came to pick her up. Boop, 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 boop. And she ended her live, got in the car, and when she got to her sister's, she and her sister went live. See, stuff like that. Stuff like that. And I had to be reminded the other day, well, a couple of weeks back, that Jen was the one that started that poodle kicker thing. I'm like, yes, she did. Yes, she did. But What we're not going to do is rewrite history or switch around a narrative. Everybody that's been in this community and the people that sit in your chats, they know the truth and no one says a word. No one corrects you. No one. Oh, Lisa got her lip busted, got her tooth knocked out of her mouth. No, she doesn't respect herself. Hi, Sweets and Beyond. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm just saying, before you go to somebody and ask for an apology, check yourself. Because I still haven't heard you apologize to George for putting that lie out that he called the bee's dad. Still haven't heard you apologize to that, for that. Still haven't heard it. Haven't heard you apologize to Amber for saying, well, maybe that's what the bee told you. But I told Amber when I heard about she was in your chat and the bee came in and she had a fit and she was like, I'm out. I told Amber on the phone. I said, let's see. She's going to go boo-hooing and crying. And that's exactly what happened. Thank you, Texas girl, for no rewriting history. Thank you. I didn't even set a goal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you want to donate to the channel, please do. Please do. Please do. Please do. When Amber sent me something yesterday, and I was out because I went to meet a couple of friends at the casino. I went to meet a couple of friends at the casino, and yes, I had fun. And I guess JJJ, I didn't go listen to it. I guess she didn't like what I have to say, but I'll say it again. I think that you want to play victim. You want to play that you didn't know what was going on. You want to use your illness to say that that you weren't aware what Flavor was doing. But again, I'm gonna go back to the fact when Paige, and I remember that because Bomb played it, when Paige put out all of this stuff about that accident, you were fully aware that accident was not all that it was said to be, or that was no accident at all. So again, you don't like my opinion, that's your business. It's my opinion. Okay? All right. What did Ann say? She apologizes for nothing. Her ego has about out of control and bullying horrendous. Everyone's had enough of Jews and Maria. And I'm telling you, it seems like there are more things to come. Maria, you might want to see, I don't understand how you have a lawyer on retainer. Did you get a lawyer in the state of Ohio? Because if you have a lawyer in the state of Florida, unless he's licensed in Ohio, that's not going to help you. And you still need to show up in Ohio. Savage had to show up. You have to show up. There is no Zoom for Ohio. I don't think that's going to be a Zoom, but then again, it's easy for, and then, if you get that RO, please note, the judge that heard your last case is going to know about that RO as well. It's sad that you're 60-something years old and you have a damn lifetime RO on you. It's really sad because you can't keep your mouth closed. And for the record, I heard you said that PMR was lying. I was on the phone with PMR when the detective called and he was watching your live and asked her, was she PMR? She said yes. She goes, let me go. The detective, and I said, okay. He told her, if anything happens to her or her family, she starts getting anything at her home, to call them and let them know. So no, she wasn't lying. When E11 went live, E11 was waiting for PMR, which PMR said she didn't know she was supposed to be going live, but she was waiting for PMR to come up to talk about the call. And I stated in her chat, I said, PMR is on a call. She was speaking to the detective. So, no, she wasn't lying. And again, that's easily proven. She has phone records. She can show the incoming call at the same time that you were live. Can you do that? Why don't you FOIA that? Because that I know is there. No, she didn't lie. Hi, Minnie. She still owes him money. Who knows? And she's quick to tell somebody that they shouldn't get involved with other people's stuff, but you're quick to throw your nose in stuff. And let me remind you, when George started his channel about the beat, he said it. It was about the beat. He wanted his voice. You were all in there, dragging her, all in there. The minute George says that you went at Jen for no reason, you got your granny panties in a bunch and you couldn't take it. Couldn't take it. Because he didn't take your side when you were wrong. But you're never wrong, Maria. Ever. You're never wrong. It's sad. Very sad. Everybody keeps saying they don't want to argue. They don't want to do this. We're going to move on, move on, move on. I see a lot of people moved on. But you keep trying to drag them back in there. It's that lasso. Come on back in here. Just stop. Yep, that's exactly what he said. His channel was to go against the bee's lies. That's exactly what he said. Everybody kept saying George was lying. George was lying. And I knew George wasn't lying. I knew for a fact George wasn't lying. Now, will he use that paperwork to take her channel? I think he should. She used YouTube to harass him. 5 years. 5 years. It's not worth it. But then again, somebody made a point. They said it's not like she's going to be looking for a job. Hi, Sherry White. No, that wasn't. No. Did PMR offer her employment info to the police? I don't know if she did that or not. Good morning, Chantel. I know she gave them her name and number. Nope, she had no problem with that at all. Think of all these people that went in there fighting your battles and got dragged. Think about that. All because they were standing behind their friend. They wanted to be there for their friend. Turns out you weren't a friend at all. And God knows I kept telling them that. Like I tell people, I know exactly who Maria is and who she was and who she is. Never lost sight of that. Ever. Yep, he can send it to YouTube Legal. And if I'm not mistaken, I swore he told me the magistrate told him that as well. Hi, Aaron. So I'm just saying, if you want to move on, stop. There are so many other things you can talk about. It's evil, DJ Mendingo. It really, really is evil. It's evil. And then this whole thing about her grandchild being put on IG. I was told that those pictures were recent pictures. and nobody that was in that old chat had it. So how would George get those pictures? Hi, Black Cat, my love. How are you? Did you make it? Where were you going to, Odessa? Were you going to Odessa? I think that's what you said. Is that same thing? You go, I go. No, we don't need to do that. And only responds to you. And it took her a while before she even responded. And then to threaten to call. And then, wait a minute, for you to say that Ann and Dreamy cheated on their spouses. I swore Ann said that her husband met Dreamy and know all about their relationship. And if they didn't, why is that your business? Why? Why is that your business? You don't talk about your friend the B that meets everybody online and fuck them, do you? You know, she meets them for 420. We don't discuss that, do we? Hi, Angela. Wait a minute. Is Angela here? Hi, Angela. Good morning. Angela, do you wait a minute? Is that Angela, the co-defendant? Because you keep changing. Oh, yeah, I see your wrench. Okay. You you have to stop. And I feel so bad for Angela. I really do. I listened to Eric Foss the other day, and people are saying, oh, Angela's going to go back over there. She's going to do this. Are you not reading Angela's post? Are you not feeling the hurt and understand how this woman really feels? Come on. Dreamy was never married. Okay, see, I don't know. But to sit there and threaten to call, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Ann's life, Dreamy's life is none of your business. I really think, and I said it before, your butt hurt because you didn't know about it. You found out when everybody else did. Well, everybody else on YouTube except for that small select group. You were butt hurt. Then you got called out for being homophobic. This shit needs to stop. But oh my God. Anyway, did I miss anything? Have I missed anything? Did I miss anything at all? Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. There's no new update on Lita that I can find. I saw John's thing with everything that she was selling. The 18 wheeler, the tires, the trailer, the $20 rice cooker. Like, wait a minute. What does Ann and Dreamy's husband have anything to do? They don't. That's what I'm saying. You can't mention hers, but she feels the need that she can talk about everybody else's life. Everybody knows his name. She put him on. She put him on Brooke's channel. Hi, Patty. Good morning, sweetie. How are you? It does. Oh my God, Texas girl. That artwork had me rolling this morning. Angela, please drop your channel. Drop DJ. DJ, come on. Y'all drop your channels. That's fine. Angela. Angela, the right winger. Angela, the co-defendant. Angela, I stand alone. Girl, you keep changing them names. Drop it. Angela, oh God, Angela, it's been 3.5, 4 years I've known you. And I have much respect for Angela, much respect for Maureen. I was talking to Carlos the other day on IG. Much respect. Texas girl, drop your channel. I'm just, this shit is crazy. So anyway, oh yes, and I saw that you're gonna, yeah, Maria can thank, and you did. I gave y'all that name that night y'all came up on Terry Land's channel. And yeah, I said, y'all should do a podcast. Well, a channel. Drop the mic. Because y'all were funny as hell together. You guys were so funny together. The parodies you used to do. Yeah, Angela has some really good shorts. I just saw you just posted another one. It just popped up. So if my mods could please drop Texas Girl, Amber, DJ Mendingo, Grumpy. Come on, guys, please do that for me. Please, please, please. Black Cat. He puts up some nice shorts as well. Ann's channel. I thought you guys were funny as hell. And then it got dark. I get it. You started out doing parodies. You know, they weren't mean, they weren't nasty, and then everything just, I have no idea. Everything just changed. Everything just changed. Anyway, I think I've covered that. What I want to make sure I didn't miss any key points, because just listening, I appreciate you guys. I think you and Amber are fantastic together. You play off each other really, really well. I think you guys do a great job together. And you have different points of view. And I love the fact that you guys can discuss your different points of view. And there is no hard feelings at all. I love that. Okay, Texas Girl has four. Texas Girl, oh, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Texas Girl needs 4 more people before she hits 2,000. Can we do that, please? Can we sub up? And where's Texas Girl at? Can we sub up, please, 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 to get Texas Girl to 4,000? Can we do that, please? There we go. You guys can drop your channels. Can we do that, please? I do have great ideas. I really, really do. But I thought about that because the few times that you and I and Texas Girl have talked in the morning, we talk about all kinds of stuff that's in the news. We just go around the gamut. So one day I'm just talking to Amber. I said, you and Texas Girl just need to do a morning thing, like you guys have your conversations in the morning. Just talk about what you normally talk about. And that has turned out great. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is what we call networking, coming together as a community, helping each other out. And I don't like to say the other side. I don't do all of that. The other side, this, that, and because to me, you always need to have your own back. Okay. But yeah, so I don't do that other side shit. But I just want you guys to know that I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Anybody that knows me, that talks to me, unless I'm forced to, unless my hand is forced, I can keep everything that you ever told me, but don't ever come out and call me a liar. Texas Girl has reached 2,000. Congratulations. I would sing Vesta, but it's kind of early in the morning to sing congratulations. Gamecock Jenny. DJ Mendingo has some great shorts too. Grumpy is doing a live this weekend. DJ, are you going to be on panel with Grumpy? My Tube Chronicles hasn't did a live. My beautiful Boston KK. Girl, I called you last week. Did you see that? I called you last week. I want to talk to you, KK. I appreciate all of you. I really, really do. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I don't just say that because I mean it. I really, really mean it. And let me just address one more thing, and then we're going to move on to what I want to talk about. Well, I've been talking about what I want to talk about. I don't know what's going on, but you have always been going, you've always been genuine and always tell the truth. When it hurts, we'll always value your opinion. KK, I need to talk to you. I really do. Yeah, crackhead has a boo-boo. So I brought John Yates up on my panel. Okay. John has a lot of inside, where he's getting inside information about Lita. I understand some people weren't happy about that. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. I don't disrespect your channel when you have people on your panel that I don't like, or people that I don't. And I trust me, I know everything that John has said about me. At that time, that shit went to the side. It went to the side. It's not like we're going to be skipping through the daisies, going out, having a picnic, meeting for drinks. I showed him the respect that he showed me. So, those that did have a problem and they left, thank you. Because I asked that everybody show respect while he was on my panel. And I want to say, for everybody that did, I really appreciate it. I really do. But this is something, hi, sweet potato, this is something totally different. And to be honest, just to laugh with him for a minute, it did. And then Brooke was on panel. It felt good not to have that back and forth and screaming on a panel at each other and not listening to each other. We came together to discuss something that's going on within our community. He was gracious enough to say that, anything he posts, we can use. And for that, see, thank you. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you. Everybody in my real life knows you ask me. I will always, girl, sometimes. And my thing is, do you really want me to answer that? Do you really want me to answer that? Do you really want my opinion? See, and I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. I appreciate that. So again, it was for the common good. So let's get to this. Now, guys, I'm going to, we know Bryan Kohberger got sentenced. We know Lori Daybell yesterday. Oh my God. But the victim impact statements, they're kind of long. So we're not going to go through those victim impact, but the judge had some things to say to Lori. Bryan Kohberger, normally you get sentenced and then it takes a few days or a week or whatever. They transferred his ass that same day. So he's now at his home where he's going to be at for all of those life sentences. Okay. But what I found amazing listening to News Nation and listening to what was said after the victim, the interviews and stuff, they really didn't have a connection. They could not find a connection between him and those 4 students. It took them 2 years, 8 months, and 2 days. Hi, not my real name. Good morning. There was no connection to be found. Nothing. So, I know I was speculating saying he was probably after Maddie. No, they found nothing. He had wiped his laptop clean. Here's the thing. I don't know how the hell he did that. because we still knew about the knife and and the replacement knife, um, but we didn't know who was a target. Nothing told us that he targeted anybody. But anyway, his ass is gone. Good. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But we always talk about CPS. We always talk about this story right here kills me. And I'm gonna I had so many things that I wanted to share with you guys this morning because I've been gathering stuff. I was live, I didn't. And hold on. Okay, so I want you to
A DHR
hold on.
contractor.
Let me go back here.
We are learning more about the tragic death of a toddler in a hot car on Tuesday. The attorney representing the family of the 3-year-old who died
But
after
he
being
also
left
had
in
his
that hot
phone
car,
swept clean.
which was
They
driven
couldn't
by a
look at things
DHR
true.
contractor, released chilling
Yuck through
details about
Amazon.
what they say led to the toddler's death.
Police say Katorius Starks Jr. died after spending hours in that hot car yesterday.
Don't I have my
CBS
trigger
42's
warning on?
Scott Minshaw brings us the latest.
Oh,
The
I'll put it on.
DHR has confirmed that 3-year-old Katorius Starks was in DHR custody at the time of his death. According to the Starks family attorney, the child spent hours in a car that likely exceeded 150 degrees. Shocking details from attorney Courtney French about what he says led to the death of 3-year-old Katorius Starks. In a press release, French alleges on what was supposed to be a short drive to a daycare facility, a DHR contracted driver made stops for food, shopped at a tobacco store, and stopped at home. Leaving the 3-year-old in a car he says likely exceeded 150 degrees for hours. According to the Jefferson County coroner, Katorius Starks Jr. was pronounced dead just after 6 p.m. Tuesday night in the driveway of an East Birmingham home. Wednesday morning, Stark's father was outside the coroner's office. He spoke about his son.
Now, they went and removed this child from his home only to leave him in a hot car where he died by a DCR worker or a contract worker.
Had a cow, knew his colors, 3 years old. Yeah. Knew all the animals. I'm telling man, he was very intelligent.
Yes, he was, bro. He was real nice and all that.
Like, he was just joyful.
Yeah, man.
For Stark's father and extended family, questions still remain. They want to know how their son, in DHR custody, was left in a hot car for hours.
No, he supposed to be went back to daycare in between that time.
And you haven't.
So when he leave me, he really supposed to go right back to daycare, then he'll be, you know what I'm saying? He'll be okay.
This is a developing story. CBS 42 will keep you updated with the latest information on air and online. In the newsroom, Scott Minshaw, CBS 42 News.
So, this one is bad. Here we go.
Thanks for being with us at 6. I'm Paula McKenna.
And I'm Marty Radovanik. Horrific is the singular word that's being used to describe the investigation into what is called an extreme case of child and animal abuse.
It all started when a 7-year-old was found wandering the streets in Freedom Township. What police discovered next is truly disturbing.
Leanna Wells is with us after speaking with the Blair County District Attorney about this case. So, Leanna, tell us who's being charged tonight.
Well, we know that Zoe and Dominic Zangali, the children's parents, are facing charges, along with the children's aunt, Jillian Bem. According to the criminal complaint, they were essentially caged up, barricaded behind furniture, held together with zip ties. The doors were blocked with the knobs removed. The children were malnourished and so hungry that they tried to get food from the pantry several times while police were on scene, until an officer bought them Happy Meals, which they ate very quickly. A resident called 911 after finding a young boy roaming the street on Friday. He escaped his home after opening a window to get out. Once police officers arrived, they found the child had no shoes and was covered in urine. After bringing the child back home, District Attorney Pete Weeks says they made another discovery.
They discovered an additional 4 children in conditions of living that were unsafe, and conditions keeping the children essentially in cribs that had been retrofitted.
See, this is the kind of shit that we need to be discussing. This is the kind of shit that we need to talk about. The abuse of children, the abuse of animals. Yes, animals. I'm not a poodle kicker. Okay, this is the kind of stuff that we need to spread awareness about.
Into cages. The older child was restrained in his room, essentially, where his room was not able to be. He was not able to come and go from his room. He ended up crawling out of a window, and that's how he ended up on the street, according to the complaint.
The other children, ranging in age from 2 to 5, were placed in enclosures each day. There was even a routine, according to the complaint. After each meal, the children were put back into their enclosures. Statements from the parents and aunt estimated that confinement could have been anywhere from 12 to 20 hours a day.
According to the allegations and the information that I've received from police and CYF, yes, there is a safety concern for the children, to the point that the intervention of law enforcement certainly could be considered life-saving in this event.
There was also no active running water in the house, filth and animal feces on the floor, and holes in the wall. Animals were also neglected with no food or water in their cages and lived in their own feces.
We're very grateful to police and first responders and the individual who called 911 that those children are now safe with the assistance of Children, Youth, and Families. Certainly everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty, but we take these charges very seriously at the District Attorney's Office, and we look forward to continuing to work with the police and other first responders and CYF to fully prosecute the 3 individuals charged.
The youngest child, just 2 years old, was found with a distended belly and purple legs and feet. After he was checked over at UPMC Altoona, the toddler was transferred to UPMC Children's Hospital. Reporting for WTAJ News, I'm Leanna.
Okay, so hold on, I need to fix this. So here is another one, okay? This is sick. So fair warning, this is 9 children. Is it 9 children? I think it's 9 children. 9 children. I had to fix something real quick. 9 children. And this is in Florida. This is disgusting. I want to know where Grady is when all of this is going on.
Accused of using children as workers and even locking one in a cage.
The investigation in Columbia County started after a tip at a church led to 9 kids being rescued. A report says the children were not educated properly and didn't even know their full names or their birthdays. Action News Jack's Yona Gavino is live at the Sheriff's Office in Yona. There are lingering questions now for DCF.
DCF, guys, really?
They are, Tanika, and tonight investigators are still piecing together how this alleged abuse went on unnoticed for so long, and this all started with a tip from a church camp about a teenager carrying a taser, and that's when authorities say it blew open a much bigger story. Hidden deep in the woods, a makeshift clubhouse spells out the family name, Griffith. It is the same name now tied to child cruelty charges.
9 kids in that trailer. 9 kids, adoptive kids. How do you adopt 9 kids and put them in a trailer?
Including physical and sexual abuse. Deputies say 9 children ages 7 to 16 lived here in isolation. The arrest affidavit says some couldn't read, others didn't even know their birthdays. Jill and Brian Griffith, along with their adult children, Dallin and Liberty Ann, are all facing charges. Investigators say at least one of the younger children was...
Look at this. Smirking. She's like, oh, well, look at this. Look at this. God only knows what else they probably did to these kids, okay?
Sexually abused by the couples.
Oh! And I hadn't even watched this. I knew something was up with him. I haven't even watched this one yet. I just saw it before I came live. I normally watch some of the previews and stuff just to get updated with everything. I knew something was up with this one right here. Knew it. Jesus Christ.
And Griffith, along with their adult children, Dallin and Liberty Ann, are all facing charges. Investigators say at least one of the younger children was sexually abused by the couple's 21-year-old biological son. Other children described being beaten with a cane and sprayed in the face with vinegar as punishment. But the most disturbing allegation involves a 14-year-old boy who deputies say was locked in a homemade cage, built under a bunk bed with plywood and 2x4s. When we visited the property, the only sign of life was a black cat. There's something unsettling about this place. It is eerily quiet, aside from the occasional sounds of insects and birds. And it is right in the middle of the woods. Although you can see there are signs that children live here, the court documents paint a very different picture of the reality they lived in. So I went to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Branford to get answers. The court documents say a tip that a 16-year-old boy had a taser at church camp cracked open a bigger case. And a follow-up interview at the church was where a woman told authorities the couple primarily fostered and adopted African-American children who were not nurtured but were treated like workers.
Thank you.
I spoke with a defense attorney who tells me this case is still in its early stages.
There are federal statutes that prohibit trafficking individuals between jurisdictions.
Oh my God, he looks like Jeffrey Epstein a little bit. Did we hear the audio between Donald Trump and oh my God, what's his name? Howard Stern? Oh my God, that's horrible.
For purposes of either sexual behavior or other types of work-related behavior, indentured servitude, even really in a sense slavery. That is definitely a thing that is criminalized and rightfully so.
So, I knew when I saw that man.
In Columbia County, docking allegations, abuse, and poor living conditions after 9 children were taken from a home.
Stop. I knew once I saw that smirk on his face that he did something to those damn kids. And I'm sure the parents knew he was sexually abusing those young. Thank you, Angela. I didn't see that. Thank you. I'm sure the parents knew. Just the smirk on his face said it. He was sick. Sick. Now, got another one for you. So this one is going to remind you of Lita, what could happen to Lita. Okay, this one is going to see. So this is a doctor, a pediatrician in Oklahoma that drowned. Thank you, Jen. That drowned her 4-year-old daughter. Okay, they went to the house to get her. And when I saw this, now I saw this one and I was like, oh my, this could be Lita. Seriously. Here we go. Yes, Gigi, African American children.
Police with a warrant! Open the door! Do it now! Come to the door! Turn around. Last come up with breach. She just went back to the front.
Look at this.
Breach.
Woo! They broke in. They go and get her.
Neha Gupta, come to the front door! Do it now!
Neha Gupta!
U.S. Marshals, we have a warrant for your arrest! Come to the front door!
Neha Gupta!
Do it now!
Come out! Come on down. She drowned her 4-year-old child. And Lita, if you don't think that investigation, if you don't think that you're going to be arrested, unless that baby has some type of condition. Oh my God, you did? Oh my God. Hold on. What is wrong with people? Yes. Okay. This is the story from Canada. Oh my God. I meant to share this with you guys last weekend. The father and the daughter came from Canada. Yes. Let me go find that one because I did. No. I have it, Dreamsicle. I'm gonna go get it. I have it. Let me see. I sent it to myself in my email.
We got y'all's light over here.
Let me find the one that I had. I think this is the one here. Yeah, this is the one I have. Okay. Yes, I was watching the honor killing and I was watching the daughter testify. I was going between Brian Kohlberger, Lori Daybell, that one, and the sentencing of the 3 black guys for the triple homicide. Thank you, Christoph. Oh my God.
Does that go out to the garage right there? Yeah.
She's hiding in the laundry room.
Garage, so back up a little bit, will you? Okay. It's unlocked.
There's her purse on the counter and everything. Look how they're going in this house. Who drowned? Her 4-year-old daughter. And she's a pediatrician. She's going to claim mental defect too, I'm sure. You've got to be psycho to kill your child. Or to kill anyone, really. Unless it's in self-defense. I just want to get to where she's in the laundry room. She's right. Okay, right there. There she is.
Hands! Come out!
Contact
On the ground.
Come here.
There she is. Pediatrician. Killed her 4-year-old daughter. And she didn't think that she was going to pay for that crime. Did you hear that? Unless that baby had some kind of something degenerative that caused that baby's death, girl, you're going to jail. Bye, Michelle. Okay, let me get this. Hold on. And then we're going to do the Brian. I just want you to hear Lori Daybell's thing, but let me get this one for you too. I had it and I meant to share it last week and I didn't. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but it was so much stuff that we were talking about. Yep, this is the one. Okay, this is the one.
We now know that the father and daughter had been in the country for more than a week.
Police say Luciana Fridolin and young Melina, both from Montreal, came into the U.S. on Friday, July 11th for a vacation trip. Police say part of their trip took them to Connecticut.
And at about 5:30 Saturday afternoon, police say surveillance video captured Melina and her father at a McDonald's restaurant in Saratoga Springs. Police say Luciana called 911 at just before 10 o'clock Saturday night, saying Melina had been abducted at a rest area on the Northway near exit 22 in Lake George.
Police now say that abduction report was false.
Yes,
they found the 9-year-old's body in Ticonderoga yesterday afternoon under a log in a shallow pond. News Channel 13's Kumi Tucker has been covering this story all weekend. She was there as state police revealed new information today.
Kumi joins us now live from Troop G headquarters in Latham with more of those breaking new details. Kumi, good evening to you.
Good evening, Mark and Sabrina. Well, state police call this a very difficult case and a heartbreaking investigation. Police say that the little girl talked to her mother on Saturday evening and everything seemed fine then. Hours later, she was dead.
There's Daddy.
45-year-old Luciano Fratellini did not say anything as he came out of Ticonderoga Court this morning. He pleaded not guilty to charges of murder and concealment of a human corpse. He's accused of killing his 9-year-old daughter, Melina, at the end of a father-daughter trip just before she was to return home to Montreal. Police say on Saturday night he called 911 to report his daughter missing, a possible abduction near exit 22 of the Northway in Lake George. He said he had pulled over to go to the bathroom and came back and she was gone.
Okay, first of all, y'all know these stores are not going to hold water anymore. Okay? We know this. Although we did, oh my God. What was the purpose of you killing your 9-year-old daughter? Was it to get back at the mother? Really? Is it worth it? You took her life for what? Because you're angry with mommy? So let me get back at mommy? Let me just snuff your life out of you and treat you like a piece of trash? Your own fucking child. It's worse than that bitch that did that shit to Kamani. Damn near beheaded that little girl. Raped her. His own damn daughter. He better get the death penalty.
The search began. An Amber Alert went out early Sunday morning. But investigators say the father's version of events just didn't add up. And authorities say they found Melina's body just before 11 a.m. Sunday in the shallow part of a pond in Ticonderoga during an organized grid search. New court documents show that Fratellini is accused of trying to hide his daughter's body under a log in the water. The mother and father have been estranged since 2019, and Melina lived full-time with her mother, according to police.
She had no concerns for her daughter's safety while she was with him. She
That's
knew.
just like Decker. Killed his 3 daughters. For what reason? Still haven't found Decker yet. He's in Washington, somewhere up in the mountains. He probably killed himself by now, or who knows. But they haven't found him yet either.
That he was taking her on this trip to the States. Law enforcement was in contact with her, as well as Montreal PD.
Police say at about 5:30 Saturday night, Melina is seen with her father on surveillance video at a Saratoga Springs restaurant, and she seemed fine to her mother an hour after that.
At about 6:30 p.m., she spoke to her mother on the phone and told her she and her father were en route back to Canada. The child appeared to be in good health and did not indicate she was under any duress.
Police say any possible motive is still under investigation. The grim discovery of the little girl's body yesterday dashed hopes everywhere.
It was very difficult. It's very emotional. I was at the command post when we received notification that she was deceased. It was very difficult and emotional. At that point, though, the best we could do is provide some measure of justice to the family.
And the father is due back in court in Ticonderoga on Friday. The cause of death for the little girl was pending the results of an autopsy that was expected to be completed today. We will be following up on that.
So, again, these people are psycho. But, okay, let's listen to Lori Daybell real quick, because this woman's speech, I want y'all to, I don't know how many heard it. Her speech had me laughing my ass off at first. And then I got so mad. I was like, bitch, are you serious? I want you to listen to Lori Daybell. She don't care how many life sentences she's going to get, because Jesus is with her and she's going to spread her love. I'm scared. I'm scared. And I know PMR's aunt was in the court yesterday for her sentencing.
Representing myself at these 2 trials was a constitutional right that I exercised. I could not have done so without my team. Annalena Ramirez, my paralegal, Jeff White, my investigator, and Pamela Hicks and Robert Abernathy, my advisory counsel. I acknowledge their diligence and hard work in helping me exercise that right. They worked tirelessly, and I appreciate them. Representing myself, I have learned much about the law through this process, and I'm grateful for the knowledge that I have gained.
Okay, I don't want to hear all that.
Knowledge to get up at a trial and each tell their side of the story, but I soon learned that the rules of law do not
Yes,
allow
she did
that.
smile through that victim, through those victims.
The process is much more complex than that. It is not designed for that, although the Constitution of the United States was designed for that.
Okay.
The rules of law
I forgot.
intention for people to be sitting in jail for years and years waiting to be tried while the state continues to try to gather new evidence against them. This is what our unjustice system has become. Men and women sitting in jail for years and waiting to be heard. The constitutional right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness thwarted.
Look at her.
My case is not unique. There are many here in Maricopa County that have been in jail.
I'm sorry, your case is very unique. You psycho bitch. You are psycho. Look at her paralegal.
Almost 10 years waiting to be tried. The conditions of this jail are not for long-term confinement. You do not have access to direct medical care. You do not have access to proper nutrition. You do not have access to sunlight. You do not have access to decent dental care. In fact, when you have been in Maricopa County Jail for 1 year, they come to your door and offer you a vitamin D supplement because you have not been in the sun in a year. Imagine this for years. It is inhumane. The state of Arizona,
Poor thing. It was inhumane that she didn't get sunlight. She didn't have proper dental care. Let's forget about Kaylee and JJ and Tammy. Let's forget about the people that you killed. Let's forget about your husband. Girl, come on.
according to the laws, since I am a prisoner from another state, only had 90 days in which to give me 2 speedy trials. That's 3 months. I arrived here at MCSO on November 30th, 2023. That is over a year and a half, 20 months specifically. That is over 6 times the amount of time it should have taken for me to have these 2 trials. But Arizona leaves this law up to the judge's discretion.
Thank you,
and the judge
Robin.
has the power to extend your trial at his will. Even though the 6th and 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States proclaims otherwise. 98% of all cases in Maricopa County end in plea deals where the accused plead guilty. And I'll tell you why. It's so miserable in that jail that they plead guilty so they can go to the prison and have decent food, decent sunlight, and a chance to live.
Okay.
2% of all cases in Maricopa County that actually do go to trial, of all the cases that actually do go to trial, only 0.2 end in acquittal. That is 1 out of 1,200.
She expected to be acquitted, guys. She expected to be acquitted. Now, the grandfather's impact statement had me. He told her she was nothing. I was like, damn.
100 people who go to trial go home.
That's actually not the correct stat.
Is that a system designed to convict you? The rules of law governing trial assure that. As you witnessed in my 2 cases, the judge supports the state to achieve this outcome. So here we are.
The judge is there to listen to the evidence. You've been convicted not once, not twice, but 3 times. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
The state of Arizona has accomplished its intention. 1, to extradite me from Idaho. 2, to convict me. And 3, to add to my ledger of lifetimes. The state used countless taxpayers' money to transport me, house me, millions of dollars to wrongly convict me on 2 charges that they made sure judicially that I could not defend myself against.
Oh my God.
I know political aspirations, raises, and job promotions were at stake. So congratulations. I was convicted in the media long before I went to trial.
I'm sorry. Every time I look at this paralegal, I'm like, she's like, Bitch, you are crazy.
We all know that there was no way for me to come to Arizona and get a fair, impartial, or speedy trial.
What?
And now that fact has been
You were part of the team to pick the jury, right? Girl, I feel for you. I really
proven.
do.
The state of Arizona brought me here when I was already serving 5 life sentences. Now I will serve 7 life sentences.
Of course.
Will that be enough?
No.
Will that be enough?
You need death.
I want everyone to know that I mourn with all of you. I am sorry for your pain.
Mm-hmm.
Losing those close to you is painful, and I acknowledge all of the pain, and I do empathize. I feel it too. If I was accountable for these crimes, I would acknowledge it.
Wait a minute. If she was accountable for these crimes, she would acknowledge it. If.
And I would let you know how sorry I was. But I have witnessed for myself what it is like to leave this mortal existence and return home. When I temporarily died in the hospital giving birth to my daughter, Tylee.
Oh, God.
When our spirit leaves our body and we return to the pure energy state in the spirit world, we immediately no longer feel hate, anger, envy, or resentment. I promise you. We come to earth to experience these emotions, but these emotions are
I think they wanted her to be held accountable for everything. And I get what you're saying. To me, yes, unless they were giving her a death sentence, that wasn't necessary. But they wanted her held accountable for everything. She murdered.
Immediately replaced by a.
She was complicit in the murder of her daughter, Kaylee, her son, JJ, her new husband's wife. She was a party to her deceased husband's death that her brother did. She tried to take out her niece's husband. This is Lori Vallow Daybell, the Doomsday Mother.
Blissful, heightened sense of peace,
You gotta listen
love,
to this, girl.
joy, and well-being. The moment our spirit leaves our body, we feel more alive than we ever did on earth. And we have deep empathy for those we have left behind. We do not want our loved ones to grieve or be sad. We know that they will because that's a mortal experience, but they come to comfort us. We immediately know the minute you leave your body, you are aware of who you are, why you came to earth, and that we will all be together again soon, and that this separation is only temporary.
She didn't do anything wrong. That's why she's concerned.
All of the cares and pressures and problems immediately melt away. And after comforting our loved ones, we move on with our eternal life, continuing to pursue knowledge and wisdom and understanding in eternal progression. Heaven is a very busy and happy place where everyone is engaged in projects that they love to do.
Listen to me.
That includes Joshua, that includes Tylee, that includes Tammy, that includes Charles.
4 victims.
No one there, none of these people are seeking revenge or justice. So although we miss our loved ones, and I do too, I assure you that they are busy and happy and peaceful. I have felt the kind of contentment that they feel now, and I try to duplicate that here. So whether I'm giving 5 life sentences or 7 life sentences, I will continue to try to uplift and help and strengthen those around me. It does not matter where you serve on earth as long as you do it with love. It doesn't matter if I'm given 7 lifetimes or the death penalty like my husband. What things look impossible to man are easy for Jesus. Jesus tells us in the Bible not to judge, but this whole entire justice system is just that. So I want you to watch, because God will show the world great miracles. I will continue to love everyone I come in contact
Well,
with.
please don't.
And I will turn this battle over to God. If this is God's battle, then the math doesn't matter. 7 lifetimes or the death penalty doesn't matter. God's miracles will abound. When a soldier goes off to war, he is a soldier.
When he comes back,
When a soldier comes back from war,
he's a warrior.
he is a warrior. And Jesus is in the prisons.
Yes, he is.
He is turning his soldiers into
All of you convicted felons always find Jesus when you're there. Then when you come out, you do the same shit. Look at Tupac. You know, he was in jail. It was Dear Mama. Before it was bitches and hoes. He's in prison. It's Dear Mama. You know, R. Kelly's still trying to fly it through the bars. God damn.
warriors. For the prisoners shall
Each
go
one,
free.
Marsha.
Sometimes victory doesn't look like victory until it's finished. Prisoners who have been told that they will never go free will be free. And I want you to expect miracles, and I want you to watch for them because you will see. We fear not what man can do because God's warriors surround us. When the battle is relentless, and this one has been for over 6 years, remember, God is building his army of warriors in the prison system. He is turning Sauls into Pauls. When Jesus is sending his servants into the prisons to prepare his warrior team, we will be there only until this purpose is complete, and then the warriors will walk free. We are redeemed by Jesus Christ, so we are free right now.
Of course you are.
But his chains will break, prison walls will fall, the power and majesty of God will be revealed. When Jesus is ready, he will call his warriors from the prisons, and we will walk free.
The night of the living dead, Jesus is going to call his warriors from prison, and they will walk free.
We will serve him. I will quote Moroni, the great prophet, from Moroni 8:16, and he says, "Behold, I speak with boldness, having authority from God. I fear not what man can do, for perfect love casteth out all fear." And in Ether, Moroni says, "And now, if I have no authority for these things, judge ye. For ye shall know that I have authority when ye shall see me, and we shall stand before God at the last day."
You're standing before a judge, bitch. And here's what the judge had to say.
In this day and age where truth seems to matter little to our talking heads on the news and to our politicians, I'm proud that this trial court and through our jury trials, we draw on the collective wisdom of jurors to determine the truth. As I said in my jury instructions to the jury, it is their job to determine the truth. The defendant spent several minutes talking about statistics and being prevented from presenting her side, and that is not the truth. Maricopa County is a court of innovation. We virtually screened hundreds of jurors, and we kicked off jurors from service that had ever even heard of Lori Vallow. So when she says that she couldn't get a fair trial in Maricopa County, that is not the truth. Your cases involved 24 separate jurors who deliberated and reached verdicts on these 2 cases. They represent a broad cross-section of society, which means these 2 verdicts represent the decisions of our community, not the view of a single person, not the view of a single prosecutor, and not the view of a judge. The collective decision-making of juries helps to reduce individual biases and errors in judgment. 12 jurors in the first case unanimously agreed that proof beyond a reasonable doubt established you conspired to kill Charles Vallow. And 12 separate jurors in the second case, again with no prior knowledge of you whatsoever, no knowledge of your notoriety, unanimously agreed you conspired to have Brandon.
Okay, so you see this? Bullyproof didn't even know who she was either. So he's just telling you these people never knew who you were. Thank you, Mod
And
148.
Boudreaux killed. Many people have asked why the state bothered to extradite you and bring you to Arizona, given the sentences that you received in Idaho. Trials are not just about seeking accountability or punishment from those who have committed crimes, but to give the victims of crimes justice and acknowledgement of the impact of being a victim. Justice demands not only recognition of the pain inflicted, but a firm response that upholds the dignity of every victim harmed by the actions of someone who has shown blatant disregard for humanity. You've left a wake of destruction stretching from Louisiana, across Texas, Arizona, up to Idaho and back again.
Right.
Anytime a person victimizes a single individual, the ripple effects of their actions extend far beyond the immediate harm. And you have not victimized just a single victim, but many. You've shattered lives, you've undermined trust, you've sowed fear in the hearts of many. I can't imagine what Brandon and his family went through for those months, hiding. Charles.
And they're talking about Brandon, her niece's husband, who her brother tried to kill. Remember, I showed you the video where it was a body cam when she went to the house, to her estranged husband's house, to trying to get the kids, and she was adamant about getting those kids. I think they wanted to sacrifice those kids as well.
Charles's family wondering who's next. Is someone coming for them? Jenny said a lot of the things I was already going to say to you, Brandon. I'll just touch on a couple of them. I had wondered during the trial whether you suffer from survivor's guilt, and she confirmed that for me today. I also remember looking at you in the back of the courtroom trial, and just, you have this look about you of a wounded individual. I hope you can heal someday. To Charles's family,
In the court.
I just wanted to share with you that I'm sorry for your loss. Charles seemed like a great all-around guy. One of the exhibits that was put up during the first trial, I noticed something. He and I share the same birthday.
Ooh.
So I'll remember him on my birthday. I've seen
This judge got choked up. Brian Kohlberger's judge got choked up. This tells you when people actually have feelings behind the BS that someone else causes.
many, many cases in my career where someone faces a long prison sentence for what amounted to one split-second bad decision. You are not that person.
Nope.
The amount of contemplation, calculation, planning, manipulation that went into these crimes is unparalleled in my career. Your powers of manipulation are profoundly destructive, one that undermines trust, distorts truth, and can erode the very foundations of healthy relationships and society. The impact of your manipulation has been devastating, insidious, and far-reaching, and perhaps still unknown. One can't help but wonder if Alex died as a result of the extraordinary burdens that you placed upon him. No one will ever know. You preyed on the vulnerability of those around you, JJ, Tylee, Alex, Melanie, others. And today I heard about Colby. You specialized in exploiting the empathy and goodwill of others, turning those virtues into tools of control and harm. I think that over time, as a result of being subjected to your manipulation, those people lost their sense of self and their ability to distinguish truth from falsehood. In the face of such profound damage, a long prison sentence is not merely a punishment. It is a necessary affirmation that our society values justice, protection, and the sanctity of human life. You just referenced a Bible verse or a verse recently about the prisoners shall go free. That is not a literal verse. That is a verse about people that accept Jesus can be in prison and they will go free when they die and go to heaven.
Exactly.
But it will take an act of God for you to go free.
Ooh.
In short, you should never be released from prison. Eventually, the camera that you seek out so much, the media requests, will lessen over time and you'll fade into obscurity.
He wasn't happy with
breaking
her
news from
at all.
Tahunga. Federal
So,
authorities have served search
anyway,
warrants at
that's the part that I wanted to show because he really went, and then when he gave it, but she is sad. Yep, he was choked up. Really, really choked up. Now, guys, this one right here, and then I got to get out of here. I think that Jen is going to be going
home
live.
tied to the.
But this
We began
has
with breaking
been talked
news
about on TikTok for a while, and I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but it's a cult. It's saying dancing for the devil or dancing for Jesus, and this has been going around TikTok for a while. Where now the house was raided.
Tahunga, federal authorities have served search warrants at a home tied to the Netflix documentary Dancing for the Devil about an alleged cult.
Yes, several people were seen in handcuffs during the operation. KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang live now in Tahunga with details on the investigation. Kimberly.
Hi, and just a few moments ago, we saw a caravan of vehicles leaving this property, 10 from what I could count. If you take a look behind me, you can see the gate is knocked down. This is on the 7700 block of McGroarty Street in Tahunga. It was raided earlier this morning. This is where a search warrant was served. Now, take a look. Sky 5 overhead this morning, and we could see several people apparently being detained on the property. Now, sources confirmed to me that this property is owned by Robert Shin and is the same home featured in a Netflix documentary called Dancing for the Devil. It's also well known among neighbors who told me that more than a year ago, flyers were passed around letting them know about the serious allegations involved and telling them to look up that information. Now, neighbors say early this morning they saw a large law enforcement presence and say authorities broke through the gate to enter. The FBI, sheriff's personnel were part of this operation. And according to El Monte Police, the search warrant was served and involved allegations of tax evasion, sex trafficking, mail fraud, and money laundering. The Postal Service and FBI are leading this investigation. Now, it's not clear if there's a connection, but the home, as I mentioned, was featured in a Netflix documentary called Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult, which focuses on TikTok dancers who join a management company and its associated church. The film accuses Shin of running a cult via his talent management company 7M Films, as well as his church, Shekinah Church, where he serves as a pastor. Last year, 7M Films denied the allegations in the film.
I recognize them from TikTok.
Called the documentary a slanderous work of fiction and said the company was taking legal action. Earlier, we spoke with a former dancer from the documentary. Take a listen.
We're very happy. I mean, it's been a long time coming, and we hope that justice is served and that people responsible for hurting a lot of people, over the years end up in jail.
Now, an attorney representing plaintiffs who sued Shin sent KTLA a statement saying, in part, regarding this search warrant, we are gratified that the federal government is investigating Robert Shin and look forward to our clients and his victims receiving the justice they deserve. She said the trial is set to begin.
They're all on TikTok, and I watch them all the time. But this is the last one right here. I think this is going to be the last one right here. These are the three guys that committed.
Developing now, two teens will spend the rest of their lives in prison for a triple murder in Marion County.
Sentenced at the time of the murder, he was 12 years old. 12 years old. He got 40 years. He needs life, but I guess he's a juvenile, so you can't do that. You do the crime, you do the damn time.
Robert Robinson was just sentenced.
Taj Bruden learned his punishment this morning. Both took a plea deal in the case. Fox 35's Marie Ettinger is hearing from the families of the people who were killed.
Family members spoke often through tears. The judge addressed these crimes too, calling them heinous and saying he didn't see any other possible sentence he could have given.
As painful as it is to say, I hope, may God forgive me. that the boys who did this are haunted every day by what they've done.
An emotional day in the courtroom, and gasps when new details came out about cell records showing the murders may have been premeditated.
If we bang Sosa and Layla, you have to shoot the in the trunk.
Bruton was going to knock off Michael Hodo. Okay. Did he explain to you what he thought that meant? I believe he explained that to the other deputy or to the other detectives, but basically he said to kill him.
Court documents had revealed before the kids in this case were all riding around committing armed robberies, but up until now we didn't know what led up to the shootings.
The why was because of wanting a firearm that Mr. Hodo had.
A family member of one of the victims explained Michael Hodo was dating Layla Silvernail. They were friends with Camille Quarles. Hodo had previously had some beef with the defendants in this case, Christopher Atkins, Taj Bruton, and Robert Robinson.
I asked him why he was friends with them again. His reply, "You don't understand. These Walhall boys don't play. This is the only way I stay safe, is to be friends again."
Investigators say the 3 suspects and 3 victims were hanging out. These are all 16 and 17-year-olds we're talking about, except for one 12-year-old, Chris Atkins. Bruton shot and killed Hodo. Robinson shot and killed Silvernail. Then Atkins says Robinson threatened to kill him if he didn't shoot Quarles.
So Atkins is the 12-year-old. He said he was threatened to be killed if he didn't shoot the other one.
She survived, so Robinson shot her a second time.
I have watched my son reflect on his actions with shame, regret, and heartbreak.
No, you're lying. No, he has no shame. He has no regret except for the fact he got caught. I don't want to hear that shit.
Robinson and Bruton both pleaded no contest. The judge says they'll spend the rest of their lives behind bars.
I'm not going to make excuses for it or blame anybody but myself. I just want to apologize.
Atkins pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 40 years in prison, the mandatory minimum.
I think that is the best justice that we could have hoped for.
A psychologist also spoke, talking about how these are juveniles, their brains aren't fully formed, that affects their ability to make decisions. Because they're juveniles, they will have the ability to appeal their sentence in 25 years. In Ocala, Marie Edinger, Fox 35 News.
Oh, I have Brian Kohlberger. Hold on.
Learning more about the
I have
tragic
Kaylee's
death
sister.
of a toddler in a hot car
God
on
damn
Tuesday.
it.
The
Where is
attorney
Kaylee's
representing
sister?
the
Hold on a
family of the
second.
3-year-old
This
who
is
died
what
after being left in
this
that
is
hot
Kaylee's sister. And then I have to.
Hello, I'd like to start by thanking the court for allowing me the time and opportunity
Hold
to
on,
speak.
let's go here.
They were 2 pieces of a whole, the perfect yin and yang. They are everything that you could never be. Loved, accepted, vibrant, accomplished, brave, and powerful. Because the truth about Kaylee and Maddie is they would have been kind to you. If you had approached them in their everyday lives, they would have given you directions, thanked you for the compliment, or awkwardly giggled to make your own words less uncomfortable for you. In a world that rejected you, they would have shown mercy. Because the truth is, I'm angry. Every day I'm angry. I'm left shouting at the inside of my own head everything I wish I could say to you. The truth about me is when I heard the news, I didn't cry. I listened for them. I promised them I would, that I would fight for them, that I would show up no matter what it cost me. I swore I'd never let them feel alone. Because you see, I've always been their heavyweight. I've always been the one to fight the battles they didn't feel ready to fight themselves. All it ever took was a call, and they knew I would handle it for them, no matter the time, no matter the cost. They could wave their white flag because they knew I would never back down, not for them, and not even death could change that. Somewhere along the line, I started to think about what I would say to them if I was given just one last chance. If I could gather enough heartbreak or love or sacrifice or whatever it took to get just one message across, what would I say? Throughout this entire process, I've written my feelings down at every moment, my wishes, my love, my denial, my anger. And as one final act of love, I'd planned to read these thoughts even jarring and discombobulating and not even making sense. Because for me, that was true love. As bare and as naked as it could be, not laced in pretty words or dressed for the occasion.
No emotion.
But written through bleary eyes at 2 a.m. with clenched fists, angry at this reality. My true final act of love was to continue on without them, for them. That dream to read aloud my love to them, to bring meaning through pain, was the latest blow in realizing you don't deserve it. And Kaylee and Maddie don't need it. Kaylee and Maddie have always known my love, and they would never ask me to prove it by further victimizing myself to a defendant who has shown no guilt, no remorse, no apprehension.
Simply Sophie.
They would say to me, why would you give the satisfaction of showing vulnerability now? You promised you would never back down. And for that clarity, I'm thankful. I won't stand here and give you what you want. I won't offer you tears. I won't offer you trembling. Disappointments like you thrive on pain, on fear, and on the illusion of power. And I won't feed your beast. Instead, I will call you what you are.
Oops.
Sociopath, psychopath, murderer. I will ask the questions that reverberate violently in my own head, so loudly that I can't think straight most any day. Some of these might be familiar, so sit up straight when I talk to you.
Oops!
How was your life right before you murdered my sisters? Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your apartment? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this time. Why did you choose my sisters? Before making your move, did you approach my sisters? Detail what you were thinking and feeling. Before leaving their home, is there anything else you did?
The medical examiner said it was a frenzied attack.
How does it feel to know the only thing you failed more miserably at than being a murderer is trying to be a rapper? Did you recently start shaving or manually pulling out your eyebrows? Why November 13th?
Hi, Charlie.
Did you truly think your Amazon purchase was untraceable because you used a gift card? How do you find it enjoyable to stargaze with such a severe case of visual snow?
Oh!
Where is the murder weapon? The clothes you wore that night? What did you bring into the house with you? What was the second weapon you used on Kaylee? What were Kaylee's last words? Please describe in detail the level of anxiety you must have felt when you heard the Bearcat pull up to your family home on December 30th, 2022. Which do you regret more? Returning to the crime scene 5 hours later, or never, ever going back to Moscow, not even once, after stalking them there for months? If you were really smart, do you think you'd be here right now?
Oops!
What's
Hi,
it like
Gwen. Hi,
needing this
Melinda.
much attention just to feel real? You're terrified of being ordinary, aren't you? Do you feel
Her
anything at all?
statement gave me life.
Or are you exactly what you always feared? Nothing.
Mm.
If you're so powerful, then why are you still hiding, defendant? You see, I'm here today as me. But who are you? Let's try to take off your mask and see. You didn't create devastation. You revealed it in yourself. And that darkness you carry, that emptiness, you'll sit with it long after this is over. That is your sentence. And it was written on the wall long before you ever pled guilty. You didn't win. You just exposed yourself as the coward you are. You're a delusional, pathetic, hypochondriac loser who thought you were so much smarter than everybody else. Constantly scolding,
turning your nose up to grammar mistakes, nitpicking and criticizing others. You wanted so badly to be different, to be special, to be better, to be deep, to be mysterious. You found yourself thinking you were better than everyone else, and you thought you could figure out the human psyche and see through it, all while tweaked out on heroin.
Oops!
Lurking in the shadows made you feel powerful because no one ever paid you any attention in the light. You thought you were exceptional, all because of a grade on a paper. You thought you were elite because your online IQ test from 2010 told you so. All of that effort just to seem important. It's desperate. There is a name for your condition, though. Your inflated ego just didn't allow you to see it. Wannabe.
Oh!
You act like no one could ever understand your mind, but the truth is you're basic.
Damn!
You're a textbook case of insecurity disguised as control. Your patterns are predictable. Your motives are shallow. You are not profound. You're pathetic. You aren't special or deep, not mysterious or exceptional. Don't ever get it twisted again. No one is scared of you today. No one is intimidated by you. No one is impressed by you. No one thinks that you are important. You orchestrated this like you thought you were God. Now look at you, begging a courtroom for scraps. You spent months preparing, and still all it took was my sister in a sheath. You work so hard to seem dangerous, but real control doesn't have to prove itself. The truth is, the scariest part about you is how painfully average you turned out to be. The truth is, you're as dumb as they come.
Damn!
Stupid, clumsy, slow, sloppy, weak, dirty. Let me be very clear. Don't ever try to convince yourself you mattered just because someone finally said your name out loud. I see through you. You want the truth? Here's the one you'll hate the most. If you hadn't attacked them in their sleep, in the middle of the night, like a pedophile, Kaylee would have kicked your Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo! That statement. He gave me life. He read him, and I was like, damn. So, again, he's got 20-something life sentences. She read him for the filth he is. Lori Daybell is still on her little thing, but Sonda Vander Ark, she went before the judge yesterday as well. She wanted a new trial for ineffective counsel. She stated that she didn't get a chance to really participate when she signed the waiver for appearance and let her attorney take over. The judge denied her motion for a competency retrial, but he is going to set a date for a future hearing for ineffective counsel. He is going to do that. If you guys remember Sonda Vander Ark, she and her son starved her 15-year-old son, what's his name? Timothy Ferguson. They starved this young man to death. They were putting him in ice baths and everything else. At the time of his death, he was only 69 pounds. Her son, Paul, helped her starve him to death, and he is serving 30 to 100 years, and she lost custody of her youngest child, which she tried to appeal, and that was denied. So I was watching all kinds of hearings yesterday. I was jumping from one to the other. Huggy Bear, hi. And guys, thank you for coming in. I really, really appreciate it. Charlie, I caught some of your live the other day. I haven't finished it. I saw Eric wasn't going live because he had been hit, and because a couple of his lives, I really enjoyed. But I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll discuss Platteville more. I don't know. I may be back this evening. I may be back this evening because and there's so much that I wanted to talk about, and I have so much that's been going on. But again, we're building a really, really, really good community. And you know, that word community, it should stand for something. Okay? It should stand for something. You remember the old saying, it takes a village to raise a kid? Well, it seems like we have a bunch of children that like to play childish games. And I'm, for one, will not participate in any childish games. But I will respond when lies are told on my name. The only thing I ask is that you don't lie on me. You can say what you want. Just don't lie on me. And I'm fine. Because I don't watch you. But when I'm being told that someone is speaking on my name and still going with the same old lies, I'm like, okay, let me put a little bit of this to rest. Okay? So you guys have a great Saturday. Let me see. Huggies, Miss Heidi. I got to do some things for my mother-in-law today. How is your son? And I love your community. It is so awesome over here. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. Oh, before I go, let me show you guys Lisa. Let me show you Lisa. And remember, we were talking about the choir director, okay, that paid the minor for sexual stuff, okay, through Cash App. Out of New Orleans. There's more on that, but just know that they're asking for people that he's done this to, and people are coming forward. This man has AIDS, okay? He has AIDS. He was a big guy. He was doing all these podcasts. He was doing all these interviews, choir director, taking advantage of children, knowing that you have AIDS, okay? Knowing you have AIDS. So let me just show you Lisa real quick, okay? And because I know that So Done is not here right now, but I'm going to show you Lisa. Now, she came live telling she wanted food. Before she did that, she was actually chewing. She was eating. Before she came live on the other video, you can see her chewing, and she's asking people for money for food, knowing full well she's not hungry. Okay, so he doesn't have to do a biopsy right now. The liver and enzymes, hold on, I got this in front of it. He's doing good. He doesn't have to do a biopsy right now, and the liver and enzymes are going down. And he got approved for his braces. He would get them the 8th of next month. Congratulations, Charlie. Congratulations. I come in the chat sometimes. Well, I'm normally there listening when I'm walking, and my phone is normally in my pocket. So I've gotten in the habit of saying good morning. And if I don't say anything else, just know I'm listening, but I'm walking.
So on this page, you send me a link with your email.
Okay, look at her. She got fucked up. And guess who fucked her up? Nate.
That's it. I'm not still up. Does it matter?
Nate.
I did. I already said I did. Not pregnant, no. Thank God. No. Never said I was. Never thought I was. I don't even know where that came from, guys. So.
But she shows you her mouth and everything, and she wants food. But before the video started, she was actually eating. And I don't know why he's doing this.
I just got made up by somebody like everything else, you know. So if anybody can help, don't have a bruise, bitch. You want to see my lip? You want to see my lip? You're always in here saying something smart, dude. Yeah, because they make it
No,
up,
she
Miss
never
Jane.
said she was pregnant.
There's fucking lies. I need help, but the only way I can get help is if you send me your email on this page in the messages, and I'll send you a link. Because all I got left is my bamboo card.
You don't
All I
want
got
to
left
know.
is my bamboo card.
You don't want to know.
So they do, honey. They definitely do all the
But
time.
this is Lisa.
95%
Well,
of
she
the
got
stuff they
fucked
say
up.
is lies about
Okay,
me
so
all the
last
time. They just make
night
up
she
anything.
came
It's so
live,
crazy.
and she said she had spent all day in the hospital, right? Now, she's live saying she spent all day in the hospital, but she was still bloody.
So
Someone
on this
cleaned her
page,
up.
you send me a link with your email.
So this is, I just can't do her anymore. But what was this? I want the one from last night. Yeah, that's her last night.
3377, if you please, 7.
Now she wanted chips.
I need 7. It's not yet. He's waiting on me, ma'am. I'm down here.
She's got stitches. The chips with the salt is going to kill her. She can't chew, but she was chewing this morning.
Stop.
And she said she had 4 stitches
Okay,
in her lip.
please just stop.
Girl, nobody cares. I don't give 2 shits who whipped your ass. You needed it whipped. And if that man beat your ass and you went back there, that's on you. She never said Nate did it, but she said it's a man child and she didn't do anything to deserve it. That's what she said. But again, who cares? There's a teenager we're going to discuss tomorrow who killed his grandmother. Jesus, his 93-year-old grandmother. There's another one that killed his grandparents. Yeah, the hospital would have cleaned her up. She did that to come on panel to show the blood. She had blood on her chin, on her chin, blood on her face, everything. I don't know if it was her DD, whoever did it. Somebody smacked the fuck out of her. She lost a tooth. She said she'd been in the hospital all day. There is no way the hospital let you come out there with all that blood on you. Girl, stop. Just stop. No police report, no nothing. Okay, you go to the hospital looking like that, they will call the police. But this morning, you're back over there with Nate. And if it was a man and it wasn't Nate that smacked the shit out of you, then why didn't Nate go take care of that problem? Okay? I had a tooth pull and I had rules and regulations for weeks. Exactly. Bye, Petty. Exactly. So I think she and Nate got into it, or maybe the DD. I don't know. This is my speculation. This is my opinion. But if someone hit her and it wasn't Nate, and you're back at the house with the man that I suspect slapped the piss out of you and knocked your tooth out and made your face swell up, okay, you need a place to stay. But if somebody else did it and you're with this man, you said that's your boyfriend and he didn't go take care of that issue, that's not your man, girl. All right, guys, have a great day. I don't know if Jen's going live. I think Cooch is supposed to be doing a live today. I haven't seen it scheduled. Let me just double check to see who's going. But I want to say thank you guys for being here. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I wasn't trying to preach on my high horse because I know that's what's going to be said. I'm just telling you, don't rewrite history. That's all I'm asking. State the facts and nothing but the facts. You guys have a great day. I will see you all later. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bye, guys. And congratulations again, Texas girl, on your 2000. Bye. And thank you guys for the super chat. Oh, damn. Hold on. Let me go through here real quick before I get out of here. Thank you for who gave them. Thank you, Jim. Michelle received the membership. Thank you. Okay, let me do this real quick as soon as it pops up. Let's see. Texas girl, thank you for the super chat. Black Cat, thank you for the super chat. Angela, thank you for the super chat. Chen, thank you for the super chat. Mount 148, thank you for the super chat. And Jim, thank you for sending a membership. I really appreciate you guys. Have a great, great day. Bye, everybody. Huggies. Thank you, Charlie. I know I've seen Jim before. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a happy